Continue. Namaste everyone. Welcome to the class. This is Rajesh. Now in this fourth lecture, we will continue with exercise 4.2 only. So let us begin. We will see question number 11. So far we have solved question number 10. Now see in question number 11, the first question is, I have to prove that this left hand side determinant is equals to right hand side determinant using the properties. So our left hand side is, first row is a minus b minus c, 2a, second row is 2b, b minus c minus a, 2b, and third row is 2c, c minus a minus b. And what I have to prove? I have to prove that this is equals to a plus b plus c the whole cube. Now see row 1, 2 and 3. Now if to the row 1 I add row 2 and row 3, then I will get a plus b plus c in the first row. So let us apply on R1 plus R2 plus R3. So after applying, you can see that in the first row I have a plus b plus c. Now I can take this a plus b plus c common. So after taking this a plus b plus c common, I get 1, 1, 1 in the first row. Now in the second step, what we will do? On C1, see this is C1. If I subtract this C2 from C1, then again I will get a plus b plus c here, and I get 0 at the first position and 0 at this position. And when I subtract from C3 this C2 column, then on C3 I will get 1 minus 1 0, 2b minus b minus, if I subtract this, so here I will get a plus b plus c, and if I subtract from here, so then I will get minus of a plus b plus c. So you can see that in column 1 and column 3 a plus b plus c is common. So I will take a plus b plus c common from C1 and C3. So I will get a plus b plus c the whole cube into this determinant. Now I can expand this determinant along row 1. So when I expand along row 1, first element is 0, so I will not write it. Then minus 1, because this is first row and second column, so 1 plus 2 is 3, odd number, therefore I have negative sign minus this 1. Then I will leave this column and this row, I will get 1 0 and 1 minus 1. Then I will simplify this determinant, and this will give me minus 1 into minus 1 as plus 1. So it is a plus b plus c the whole cube. So we have proved that left hand side is equals to right hand side. Okay. Now let us come to the second problem of this 11th sum. Here I have to prove that this left hand side is equals to 2 times x plus y plus z. So let us start with left hand side. Now if on C1 I add C2 and C3, then I will get 2 times x plus y plus z in the first column. Then I will take this 2 times x plus y plus z common, and I will get 1, 1, 1, x, y plus z plus 2x, x, y, y, z plus x plus 2y, right? This determinant. Now see what we have to prove, 2 times x plus y plus z the whole cube. So I need 2 times more this x plus y plus z. So for this what we can do? We can apply on R2 minus R1. See here, if you subtract this first row, then you will get 0 here. Here you will get x plus y plus z, and here you will get 0. And if you subtract R1 from R3, then you will get 0 here, you will get 0 here, and you will get x plus y plus z in this position, right? So again I can take this x plus y plus z common from second row and third row, or else I can expand this determinant along column C1. So after expanding this determinant along column C1, I get this determinant, and its solution will give me 2 times x plus y plus z the whole cube, which is right hand side. Okay, now let us come to this 12th question. Here left hand side is 1x x square 1 x square 1, and on right hand side I have to prove that this is equals to 1 minus x cube the whole square. Now this 1 minus x cube, so you can think this as a cube minus b cube. Now the formula for a cube minus b cube is a minus b in one bracket, and in second bracket a square plus ab plus b square, right? So in the case of 1 and x cube, it is 1 minus x in one bracket, and in second bracket it is 1 plus x square. Now we are getting 1 plus x square here in the first row or in the first column. So accordingly on the first row I will apply r1 plus r2 plus r3. So what I will get? In the first row I will get 1 plus x square, right? The second term is also 1 plus x square, and the third term also, right? So this 1 plus x square I can take common. Now 1 plus x square so I have got. Next what I should get? I should get 1 minus x also. So for 1 minus x, what we do? We apply on C2 minus C1, and on C3 I will apply C3 minus C1. After applying this, in the second column I am getting 0, 1 minus 1 0, then here it is 1 minus x square, and here it is x square minus x. In the third column I have 1 minus 1 0, x minus x square, and 1 minus x. So I will write this 1 minus x square as 1 minus x into 1 plus x. Here I will take x common, so I will get x into 1 minus x. And in the third row I take minus x common, and I will get 1 minus x. And here it is 1 minus x. So why I have taken minus x common here? Because I want 1 minus x and not x minus 1. So now I have 1 minus x common in this R2 and R3. So we will take 1 minus x common from R2 and R3 both. So my common is 1 minus x the whole square. Now I have 2 zeros in the first row. So it is easy to expand along the first row. After expanding along the first row, I am getting 1 plus x square. Here it is 1 minus x square, and this bracket is again 1 plus x square. So I will get 1 plus x square the whole square into 1 minus x the whole square. So this can be written as 1 minus x cube the whole square. You can write one step in between, which is 1 plus x square into 1 minus x the whole square, and that will give you 1 minus x cube the whole square, which is our required right hand side. Okay, so let us come to question number 13. Now I think you can solve these problems by yourself. You have understood how to apply the properties. So let us see 13th question. 1 plus a square minus b square. The second term is 2ab and the third is minus 2b. And the second row it is 2ab, 1 minus a square plus b square, 2a, and in the third row it is 2b minus 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. And what I have to prove? I have to prove that this is equals to 1 plus a square plus b square the whole cube. Okay, so how I will get these terms, right? Now if you see here 1 plus a square minus b square, if I add 2 times b square, I will get 1 plus a square plus b square. So what I will do? On R1 I will say R1 plus b times R3. So when I say b times R3, this 2b will become 2b square. This will become minus 2ab and this will become b into the whole thing is in bracket, that is 1 minus a square minus b square. Now on R1 I am adding, so after adding, what I am getting in the first row, here I am getting 1 plus a square plus b square, here I am getting 0, and here I will take minus b common, so inside I will get 1 plus a square plus b square, because you can see here when I multiply by b it will become b, and what I have to do, I have to add, so minus 2b plus b will give me minus b. So therefore if I take minus common, so here I will get 1 only, right? So 1 plus a square plus b square is common, which I will take out. After taking out 1 plus a square plus b square, let us again see what we have to prove. 1 plus a square plus b square the whole cube. Okay, so 2 more times I need the same thing. So what I will do, on R2, see here this is R2, on R2 what I will do, I will subtract a times this R3. So when I subtract a times this R3, so first this term will become 0, this will become 1 plus a square plus b square, and here again in the same way I take a common and it will become 1 plus a square plus b square. So from second term, again from second row, again I will take 1 plus a square plus b square common. So this is what result I got. Now next what we can do? Next we can expand this determinant along any row or column. So we have expanded along first row. So 1 into, I leave this column and this row, I will get 1 minus 2a, and here I get a 1 minus a square minus b square. First second term is 0, so it is 0, and the third term is minus b into, I will leave this column and this row, so I get 0, 2b, 1 and minus 2a. Now you can simplify this whole term, simplify it, and finally you will get your result, which is 1 plus a square plus b square the whole cube, which is your right hand side. Yes? Okay. Now let us come to 14th question. The left hand side is a square plus 1 ab ac, second row is ab b square plus 1 bc, and third row is ca cb c square plus 1, and on right hand side we have to prove that it is equals to 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square. So let us see how to solve this problem. This is very important problem because this is little difficult from the other problems what we have done. Now you can clearly see here that from first row I can take a common, from second row I can take b common, and from third row I can take c common. So let us take a, b and c common from R1, R2 and R3 respectively. So once I take a common from this R1, here I will get a plus 1 upon a, here I get b, and here I get c. In the second row I get a, here I am taking b common, so I get a here, here I get b plus 1 upon b, and here I get c. And when I take c common from this third row, I will get a, b and c plus 1 upon c. Okay, so after taking ABC common, we have this particular determinant. Now what we can do, on R1 I can subtract this R2. So when I subtract, so in the first position as a is subtracted, so I get 1 upon a only. Here from b is 1 upon b, I have to subtract, so I will get minus 1 upon b, and here c minus c will give me 0. Then on this second row I can again apply R2 minus R3. So again here I will get 0. Here if I subtract, so bb will cancel and I will get 1 upon b. And here it is c minus c plus 1 upon c. So when I subtract, I will get minus 1 upon c, this term. And the third row will remain as it is. Now next, after taking 1 upon a, 1 upon b and 1 upon c, now what I will do, see this first column and this column, if I take 1 upon a common. Why I am doing that? Because if you see what you have to prove, you have to prove that it is 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square. So this ABC, what you have got common, you don't require it. So if possible, then take 1 upon A, 1 upon B and 1 upon C common. So from this first column, I can take 1 upon A. From second column, I can take 1 upon B. And from third column, I can take common 1 upon C. So if I take 1 upon A, 1 upon B and 1 upon C, so this term will become 1. This term will remain 0. And here I am taking 1 upon A common, so it will become A square. Right? You can open the bracket. 1 upon A into A square gives you answer A only, right? In the same way, from the second column, if you take 1 upon B common, so here you will get -1, here you will get 1 and here you will get B square. And similarly, for the third column, here you will get 0, here it is -1 and here it is C square plus 1. Now, this ABC and ABC cancelled, and we can expand this determinant along any row or column. So let us expand along the first row only. So this 1 I write, then I leave this column and this row. So 1B square minus 1 C square plus 1. Then second term is minus, because first row second column, and the element here itself is -1, so minus minus will become plus. And here in this determinant, I leave this column, second column and first row, so I get 0, A square minus 1 and C square plus 1, and the third term is 0, right? So you solve this determinant. Now how you solve this determinant? So 1 into this 1 is multiplied by C square plus 1 minus this -1 multiplied by B square, so it will become plus B square, plus here it is 0 and again minus A square into -1 become plus A square. So when we solve, we get 1 plus A square plus B square, which is our required right hand side. Okay. Now let us come to this 15th problem. Let A be a square matrix of order 3 into 3, then the value of determinant of K into A is equal to. Now if you remember that in first lecture, we have done one property, that if I multiply this matrix A by K, okay, then I find determinant, so then the value of determinant will be K power the order. So here order is 3, so it is K power 3 into determinant of A. So your answer is option C. Okay, here if it comes for 3 marks, then you can take any example, and with the help of example you can prove that determinant of Ka is equals to K cube into A. Now 16th problem, which of the following is correct? Determinant is a square matrix? No. Determinant is some value, na? Yes, in all the problems finally what we got? We got some value. Determinant is a number associated to a matrix? Somewhat correct. Determinant is a number associated to a square matrix. Now this is perfect, na? Because we have seen that we can find a determinant of only the square matrix. So option C is correct, right? So here your answer is option C. Okay, so by this we have finished our exercise 4.2. Now I have covered this exercise 4.2 in 3 lectures. You can see lecture 2, 3 and 4. These 3 lectures are devoted for exercise number 4.2 only. This is very important and difficult exercise, right? So best of luck, solve all the problems, and if you have any problem then contact me. Thank you.